Hi Taurus, how are you? Okay, so I just want to shift gears. I want to start with love, and then I want to go to career, and then I'm also going to pull an oracle card for you guys this month. Okay, so before we get into that, don't forget, take a second, give this video a like. Go ahead and share this video on other platforms with your friends and your family or any of those people in your life that you love, that you know need to or should or may benefit from hearing this message. And also, don't be a stranger, hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the bell so that you're notified on my future uploads. Alright, now with all that being said, let's shift gears right into love for you Taurus dolls. Alright, so I've got your overall energy. Your underlying energy is the Six of Swords, so all about moving on from trauma, putting the past behind you, you know, just trusting that where you're going is better than where you were, and being able to move on and see that life's changes are also life's gifts as well, and life's challenges are life's gifts as well. Okay, so your overall energy for love, Taurus, this month is the Sun. Positive expression, positive manifestation, positive times. I feel like all your love relationships, all the people that you love, all the people that you spend the most time around, it's very cohesive. I'm not saying there's not going to be little rifts here and there, right? But you're a Taurus and you get it probably more than any other sign that it's not always going to be perfect, right? But you just got to know how to appreciate things. And I feel like you do know how to appreciate things, but I also feel like, you know, perhaps maybe there were some things in your life or some circumstances, it doesn't matter, that you didn't appreciate, right? And it was because it wasn't something that you needed to appreciate. And now that you have been moving away from that with the Six of Swords energy, now you're feeling a sense of joy and bliss and excitement and expansion and just positive expression, laughter, lightheartedness. There could be amazing manifestations, like you could meet someone this month. You could rekindle, you know, a connection or a flame with someone that you haven't spoken to in a while. That could absolutely happen this month for any of you guys who've been wanting that, because the Sun energy is very positive and bright. But I know that whatever is coming with the Sun energy, or has come, I'm hearing for some of you guys with the Sun energy, it definitely is worth it, is exciting, is happy, it feels good. The Sun's always like, you're not going to be like, oh, well, this could have been done better. You know, whatever comes with the Sun, it never could have been better, you know? All right, so let's have a look at, okay, so they're going to tell me a little more about the Sun, the Four of Wands. So, you know, peace in your relationships, happiness, celebration. Some of you guys could be getting engaged. Some of you guys could be hearing about a friend getting engaged. You could be doing things together with a friend who may have gotten engaged, and their celebrations and stuff. Taurus, there's like a whole host of different things, but some of you guys could be meeting someone this month with the Four of Wands, and you guys could be getting along very well. And you know, this is also the 1111 card, right? So that's like for those people who are really into the twin flame journey and who are on their twin flame journey, then you know that the Four of Wands is the 1111 card. So with the Sun here and the Four of Swords, it could absolutely be a manifestation of a soulmate. Some of you guys were like knowing the soulmate was coming, Taurus. You knew that this person was going to come back, and this person comes back, right? Or you knew you were going to meet someone and you meet someone. It's so positive. Okay, Taurus, so now moving on from the overall energy, we're going to move down to, you know, what are some of the things that you're going to be focused on and dealing with in your love life, or when it comes to your love life in the month of October 2020. So you're really focused on travel, or maybe the lack thereof. So maybe some of you guys could be having communication issues in some of your relationships, and that you're trying to resolve, or you're trying to resolve a particular situation that may have happened because that there was communication issues or communication blocks. You could be focused on opening those blocks this month, and you're focused on trying to make things happen when it comes to that, like move things along. Also, this is also speaking on this Four of Wands energy. So there's things happening there. I feel like whatever this positive shift is, this positive manifestation is, it is moving things forward. It's happening super quickly, and some of you guys, you may want this, you may feel like you don't want this. You do have to make peace with the speed in which things are happening, and the way in which things are happening, and being open to it. Okay, so the Queen of Wands, a lot of you guys could be attracting in a new person or attracting in new positive circumstances in your love life, Taurus, and it's just happening so quickly in October that I feel like you're really gonna be focused on how quickly things are happening, or you're gonna be focused on the kind of communication that you're getting. It's almost like you can't believe that you're getting this communication right now. Like, you never thought that, you know, I'm hearing that this person would even come back around. I'm hearing for some of you guys, you never thought that this person would even come back around, and they did. And boy, did you show them, is what my guides are saying. Well, but I'm definitely seeing, you know, someone coming in or changes happening, right? Because it's a general reading, you guys. Just be nice to me. Try to understand it's a general reading. It's hard to read for so many people, but I love doing it still. But I also don't want to misguide anyone or mislead anyone. Use your judgment and just, you know that it's general, okay? So I'm getting tons of messages, just movement, communication. It's great, it's positive. This person's coming back, or this new person's coming in, and it's moving along, and there's no issues, you know? Like, it just feels like it's great things are happening. But I also feel like, Taurus, you may have some internalized difficulties or negative perceptions around things moving fast, or the communication that you're hearing, or moving forward with this. You know, like, you kind of like want to stop yourself, and perhaps maybe look at determined energy, right? Looking within, going within yourself to ask yourself why you're so afraid of it, or why, you know, you're not having such a peaceful time with this, may help you to move things forward, or to also allow the things to come in. Because it feels like things are manifesting in your life in rapid form, like in rapid time. Wow, that's very strong. You're saying very rapid. All right. So what else do they want to tell me about? So we have the Six of Swords reverse, the Moon reverse, the Ten of Swords reversed, the Fool reversed. That's a lot of cards. Justice reversed, and the Five of Wands reversed. This is a lot of energy. I did want to show it for you guys, but I'm gonna put these cards back because I don't understand what they're trying to tell me, and hopefully they can reiterate that same message, or, you know, just bring it about in a way that I can understand it and I can relay it to you guys. Okay, so the next focal point that you guys are going to be focusing on is the Ace of Wands reverse. Now, Taurus, is something you may need to overcome, right? You guys may need to sit down. It might be school time. Oh, I didn't want a reading this long, but you may be focused on things not happening, right? And that's actually maybe what's causing things to happen. I feel in one regard, things are moving forward, right? But then I feel this energy of non-action. Five of Cups reversed. There is non-action, and it's because of internalized regret and remorse. Either regret and remorse that haven't really been dealt with, or they are just things that you or whoever this is speaking about is internalizing. I don't know who this person is, right? And I keep seeing, I'm looking at the black cat, so it could be like a shadowy part of you, like a part of yourself that perhaps maybe you haven't made peace with. But it doesn't have to be you. This could also be someone else. But it feels like it's someone definitely that you're in a relationship with. Or this is kind of like a thing in the relationship, right? So there is a relationship. If you guys are in a relationship where things are maybe not moving forward, or it's not manifesting, or whatever, you know? Like the Ace of Wands for you is going to be different for all of you guys. But it has to do with something exciting, maybe not coming to pass, or not taking place, not happening, initiation not happening, right? Creation not happening. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, yeah, and it could have to be, it could have to do with a relationship, and you may feel like really upset about it, or, you know, you have your beliefs about it, right? Everybody's different. You guys all have different beliefs about it. But that is going to come tumbling down, Taurus, because it's a limiting belief. It's a limiting belief. So there's a limiting belief around inaction, starting things that you're going to be leaving behind in October. 9 of Cups, it's definitely very beneficial for you. That's interesting. That card wanted to do a little dance in my hands. Why? Because the opportunity is up. It's up to you. Like, this feels like it is an energy that's around you. And it feels like, you know, it's a chance for you to make a change in your life and even change your love life, Taurus. And it may have to do with just changing around the way you look at, the way you believe things, or your faith system, or having more faith, or taking chances on things. Maybe you don't want to take chances on your own sign, you know, whatever. But it's a chance for you to have something that you wanted to manifest, but you're not taking it, right? And it's up to you. You could allow ultimately the false paradigm is going to fall anyways. The paradigm is going to shift regardless, but you could cling or you could not cling. It's up to you. That's genuinely what I'm hearing. Like, I'm not feeling like this is something that it's like, oh, you don't have any control. Oh, that's not what it feels like. It feels like it's just like you could just keep going with it and you'd be all right, or you could just not. You could just like let that go and then have this new fun thing that wants to come in your love life. Ultimately, it's like a new commitment or new relationship for some of you guys, whatever. But something's standing in the way. It feels like there's so many different reasons. You know what it is. You're already thinking it. You're right? That's what it is. The paradigm around that is shifting. It's definitely not going to be so intense anymore, but it's up to you if you want to continue or you don't want to continue. It's literally up to you, and there's no right or wrong ways to do it at all, Taurus. At all. All right, but there's a chance for something, right? Okay, so what is the final thing we're going to be focusing on, that Taurus is going to be focusing on in the month of October 2020 when it comes to love, and you're focusing on a relationship? Taurus, I mean, this whole thing is about a relationship, love, feelings. You're feeling a very intense connection with somebody, Taurus. Very intense. And it's very real, and you're almost needing to trust this feeling. Now, for some of you guys, it is yourself, but for most of you guys, it's not. It's like someone outside of you, and it's a soulmate connection, but you're not confident in it, and your intuition, you're not able to hear your intuition on it, or you're not able to trust your intuition when it comes to it, Taurus. But it is a soulmate, and with strength showing up here, oh wow, and that's with the Ace of Wands. So there's a chance for you to manifest this soulmate, but you may feel you have beliefs around it that are blocking it. That's what it is. So there's a soulmate connection that some of you guys are trying to manifest back into your life. I feel like it's someone you already know for most of you guys. It's something that you already have for most of you guys, right? But I'm not saying it's for all of you guys, though, that it's someone you already know, right? But it is something that you feel a very strong connection with, or someone you feel a very strong connection with. It resonates with you very deeply. You feel that pull, you feel that tug, but your intuition, you're not very confident in it, and you're not very confident in your ability to have it, you know? You're not very confident in your intuition, but you know, here's a blessing in it, because your intuition is growing as a result of the situation. So as a result of you healing whatever, I don't know, I guess wounds or triggers that you were kind of feeling as a result of the situation you were in before. Okay, how do I even put this into words? There's a soulmate around you. You guys don't believe it's your soulmate, or you do believe it's your soulmate, but maybe this person is not around, or maybe this person, you may have some fears around the situation. I don't feel like this person is like gone. I think that this situation is actually quite just. It's not the worst situation in the world. It's not like flat out, they're a psychopath, flat out run. You know, it's not that. It's like a situation where it could be a relationship where it's not exactly what's perfect for you, but it's still like not, I don't want to say salvageable, but it's not a bad situation, you know? But there's a chance to fix the situation. Not saying it needs fixing or anybody needs fixing, but there's a chance to have it be the way that you want it to be, but you don't believe that it's possible. And so you're working on having that strength. Okay, 10 of Wands. And I feel also that you're at the end of this cycle of not having strength and of not having faith. And you're going to start to flow with the wheel, right? You're going to start to have more trust in the universe. And as a result, more fortune will come down upon you. Okay? The more you trust in the universe, the more fortune rains upon you. Because the Wheel of Fortune is the wheel of the year. The more you trust in the wheel of the year, in those seasons, in the things that you can't control, and the changes that are inevitable, but you cannot control them either. The more you trust in it, the more you flow with it, the more you are at peace with it, the more good fortune comes into your life. And that's why I feel like it's a self-love thing for some of you guys. I really do think so. But I think it also is involving someone external from you. But I feel like if you don't get it internally, it's not going to click externally, right? And so some of you guys, you may learn better through external means. Everybody learns the best way that they can learn. And so no one has a right to put down anyone's journey, because we're all just like here, bro. Like, seriously though, we're all like out here. That's it. Really, I mean, in the reality, we're all just out here. So like, who can judge you for like your choices and stuff? But you got to make peace with that first. And then once you make peace with yourself and you embrace yourself fully as this Empress, this is Taurus, this is you. Embrace yourself fully as Taurus. Like, this is who I am. I'm an Empress. I'm the Empress. I am Mother Nature. All right. I can manifest anything. I'm abundant as everything. Right. I'm the king of coins. I'm Taurus. Once you embrace that about yourself and you embrace who you fully are, and you come to that connection. Like, I love this Two of Cups energy. I love this depiction of the Two of Cups, you guys. It's so pretty because it's so like really what the Two of Cups is like, And once you have this moment, if this is a moment, once you have this moment with yourself, you're going to break out of that karmic pattern. And honestly, it only needs to shift inside of you before the world outside of you shifts. All right? So this was a great love reading, Taurus. Kind of eclectic. I was going to say like esoteric. I hope you guys really resonated. And I know you guys are going to resonate with it. I know you're going to take it. So let me just not even go through that with myself. I'm trying not to say too much anymore. But you guys, I thank you so much for sticking around, I guess. So we're going to shift into career and finances, you guys. But first, we're going to take a very short break. And after this break, we'll be right back. All right, Taurus, welcome back. Now we're going to shift into careers and finances. All right, Taurus, welcome back. So I have the overall energy for your career and finances for this month. We have the Seven of Water. So I feel, Taurus, you might be kind of confused around your career. You could be confused about what's going on with it, but you could also be experiencing this energy as looking at all the different possibilities. Now, I never recommend you be confused, right? So if any situation is confusing you, whether it's romantic or it's just people, I would, kind of put my protection up. You know what I mean? But I feel like if this energy is more so around the possibilities and seeing and being like, okay, things can go any way. This situation can go any which way, right? And being open to it and maximizing it, then this is a really positive energy. Now, I feel like that is mainly what's going to be going on, right? You're going to be feeling like there's so much. You could make this a nightmare, right? I'm saying this because the underlying energy is a Nine of Swords. Makes perfect sense. Okay, so you can make this a nightmare, or you can make this to your benefit. So if there's a job offer, right, that you're like, I don't know if this is coming, or I don't know, you could either allow yourself to go down the rabbit hole and then to start to, wander off to the grass being greener on the other side, which it never really is, right? So the saying goes. Or you can look at it like, well, this can go any which way. as much as there can be really dark possibilities as to why something is going the way that it's going, there could also be really positive possibilities, right? It's just what you choose to focus on. So choose to focus your energy on all the doors that are opening as a result of what is happening, right? Because there's definitely something happening, and it's definitely making you question what's in the bowls or what's in the cups, right? But it could also be a good thing, right? And it is a good thing. Ultimately, everything is a good thing, but it could really turn out to be to your benefit, right? So we have the Seven of Fire. This is definitely some war strategy stuff. So that's why I feel like you could be like going into negotiations with maybe people that you feel like you have to go into war with. Like definitely we have people like that in life. Like people who maybe they don't want to pay you enough, or they don't want to pay you more. And maybe you know that you deserve more. And so you're kind of like, well, you know, I don't know where it could be doing this because of this, and that. Yeah, well, or you could just not play that game. And you could just be like, well, I know my worth. I know what I'm worth, and you could offer me what I'm worth, or you could offer me whatever you think, or you could offer me something else, right? And that's your prerogative, not mine. And I still know my worth, and I know that there's so many possibilities out there for me anyways. That's the energy that I feel like your spirit team is trying to put around you, because there's definitely a very protective energy, and there's an energy of not wavering. No, we're not going to negotiate this. No, not this time. We're not talking these prices down. We're not talking the salary down. That's the salary. And if that's not the salary for you, it's still going to be the salary for me. Take care. That's what I feel like. And that's what I know. Oh, look at that, Taurus. The other deck that I was just using, underlying energy, is the Seven of Cups too. So, yeah. There are lots of positive ways that this could turn, but also, Taurus, there is a strong lesson around the Seven of Cups that you're definitely learning around this, and it has to do with worth, value, gifts, abundance. And it has to do with abundance. Abundance. How much is really out there? Do you really believe that you're abundant? Because if you really believe you're abundant, would you really be going back and forth with these people, these broke people that can't pay you? Why are you doing that? They don't have it. That's why they're doing all that, because they don't have it. That's it. It's not about you being good enough. It's not about your rates being too high. They don't have it. They don't have the money. That's why. It's not because you're not worth it. It's because they don't have it. So get up. Remember you're a queen. Remember you're a queen. Get up and go find somebody who has it. And thank God they had it too. All right. So boom. This is definitely a strong message around abundance, because it's not really worth, right? Like, I mean, come on, you know your worth. It's more so about, okay, is there really enough out there for everybody, or is there not? And there is, and that's what you're freeing yourself from. The world. That was the first card I saw when I pulled out this deck. So a cycle completing as well. If you let it, you can not watch this video, go through this energy and wallow in it and go down that roller coaster ride. Or you can watch the video, realize your worth, realize it's just a game and God doesn't play games, and move on. Period. All right. So that's the overall energy. The overall energy is that there's a whole S-load of stuff out there. And you can get everything you want in this life. All right. So what are you focused on? The Six of Cups, dreaming up something new. You're definitely imagining new things for your career. So those of you guys who are not happy with what you're doing right now, you're dreaming up, like you're like imagining your dream job, you know, or like the kind of place you really want to work, or the kind of work you really want to do, or the kind of money you really want to be making, you know, the kind of way you really want to be living and doing these things. You know what I mean? Like that's where you're at. You're like, this is what I really need. You know, this is the good life. Right, underlying energy is the moon. So there is some sort of external spiritual goddess-like influence that is influencing your dreams, right? It feels like a very sea goddessy sort of energy, very much, you know, pulling at your dreams and pulling at your heart, but with good reason, right? Because trying to free you from a limiting paradigm that you're in. The Tower showing up next to the Six of Cups. There is a limiting paradigm. There is a limiting belief. There was like a devil paradigm that you guys were in financially, or in when it comes to whatever it is that you're daydreaming about, that these daydreams that's coming from this goddess are serving to free you from. So it's serving to free you from a limiting paradigm. Okay, so you realize that like you can actually have these things, and you could actually take action to getting these things. 6 of Pentacles, you know, and you're like, it might not happen overnight, but it will definitely happen. But just knowing that it will happen, it speeds it up. When you're like, I know that this will happen, it speeds it up. Like, it speeds stuff up so much faster than if you're like, well, I know one day. When you're like, I know that this is a possibility, I know that this can happen, I know I could do it, then once you have it in your head, it speeds it up. It happens so much faster than you think. All right, 9 of Swords. But you know, you got your fears, your irrational, not irrational fears, sorry. Your worries, your unnecessary, sorry about that. Your unnecessary worries, you got those. It's around your career and your finances. And it's around the kind of money that you want to make. The kind of work you want to be doing. You're dreaming about it, you know? You could also, some of you guys, and it's only a very small amount of you guys, could have like a friend start working at your job, and it's really fun. Like, it's a really fun friend that you really love, and it just like ignites you, but it makes you feel lighthearted. And this friend that may start working here may also be someone who triggers these dreams in you, because maybe this person's very whimsical or magical, and you are like, wow, I would really love like that for myself, you know. I think that would be good for me, you know, and it will help you. Or just them being so open with whatever it is that they're open about makes you feel like you can be open about whatever it is that you are open about. You can dream about whatever it is that you personally dream about, and it opens you up like a flower. You saw the datura flower? It opens you up like datura. So what else are we focused on, Taurus, when it comes to your career and finances? And it's the 10 of Cups. So you're definitely very happy with yourself. I'm hearing financially. Like, when it comes to your money situation, hey, you know what? Could you always have more money? Absolutely. But are you struggling? No. No, not at all. Not at all. Not one bit. Very content, okay? You're very content. And with the 9 of Fire or Wild Cherry, you may have some paranoia that you're processing, right? But you're also like on the end of processing out. Like, it's not necessarily something that really bothers you too much anymore, but maybe before it used to bother you a lot, right? So it's definitely hanging on, but you're getting healing when it comes to that this month as well. All right, and then as a result of this healing, you begin to cooperate more with the universe. And when you cooperate more with the universe, you start to make more money. You start to get more opportunity to make more money. You start to get more opportunity to learn about saving, or whatever it is that you need to learn about, or whatever it is that you need to do, or, you know, to get what it is that you want. Or it could just happen, you know, right? It depends. If you want to be the one who does the work, then you can be shown the way. If you just want to receive it, then the universe can help you receive it. But there is a level of trust needed. And this was a thing. Like, it was a trust thing for you. And it is a trust thing for you in love too, right? But, you know, when your trust is betrayed, it's betrayed. So you can't really be like mad at somebody for feeling that way. But you should trust the universe. I trust the universe more than I trust another person. I trust the universe way more than I trust another person. In the sense that I will never mistrust the universe. I will always trust signs and guidance. Whereas I won't always trust people. Yeah. Everybody's got their own agenda, right? So what is the last thing you're going to be focused on? And the 8 of Wands is here again. There's a lot of movement in your career and your financial sector, just like there's movement in your love life. But your love life movement feels like it's just like happening. It feels like it's here, and it's queer, and it's here to get down. And like, if you're not here to get down, I don't know. But this energy here, it feels like it's manifesting, but I'm hearing you got to be looking at it, you know? Like, you got to be looking at it, because it's one of those things that if you're not paying attention, you're not going to realize it's manifesting because of what you're already like kind of like dealing with. There's a very watery Neptunian influence around you when it comes to your money, which that's not necessarily the best way to be when it comes to your money, Taurus. I mean, Neptune is the king of and the queen of illusions, right? So I wouldn't necessarily I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't know. Do you, right? Do you? But there is definitely a very much something definitely having your attention. You may not notice that there are a lot of movements happening in your career and financial sector. Whereas maybe if you've been having blocks around savings, you may not notice that your savings blocks are gone. Like maybe in the past you had trouble with like spending money. Like where you didn't know how to like hold on to $1 if it meant saving your life, and you've kicked that habit. Like you don't have that issue anymore, but you don't realize that you've freed yourself from a pattern because there's so much more wonder that you're wondering about, you know? King of Pentacles. There is a lot of positive changes that are taking place in your current finances. A lot of positive changes. The number one thing is the Queen of Water. So the way you feel about money, the way you feel about your finances, the way you go about making your finances, some of you guys, it's much more heart-based. That is phenomenal. I mean, you've healed a lot. Next thing we have here is the King of Earth, right? Sweetgrass. So that's all about savings and realizing the true value of things. And you're realizing, you freed yourself from like so many things. Like you're over so many things, Taurus. There's so many things you used to do you don't do anymore. Like if you used to just go out and shop and like just spend money because you were sad, or just even if you didn't have the money, you would put it on a credit card. You knew that wasn't good. And you are realizing you don't do that anymore. If you think back, and it's important for you to do that because it will help you realize like that this situation here, whatever this overall energy is here, because it doesn't feel like it's a big deal. It feels like it's not a big deal, and it feels like you're not making it a big deal, but it's just kind of like happening, and you could kind of be like, well, why is this happening? And it's like, hey, you know what? You'll overcome this. This is something that you'll be victorious with. You were victorious with all these other things, so you got to be victorious with this. I'm also feeling that some of you guys, this Seven of Cups situation, by the end of October, it clears out. Movement happens, and especially if it's something that's worth it, it's worth you, like it's worth you, is what they're telling me to say, right? Especially if it's something that's worth you, then it's gonna be abundant. It's gonna be exactly the way that it was supposed to be. It's gonna be exactly what you deserve because you're gonna know that you deserve it. And if it's not what you deserve, by the end of October 2020, you've made peace with it. And some of you guys may already have another opportunity, another offer by the end of the month. So I would never sweat this. I'm not going to sweat this at all. And I feel like you shouldn't either. Strength. Yeah, there's a pattern. There's definitely a pattern. There's an overcoming. There's a catching of the mouse in this one of these decks. There's an overcoming of something that was like something that used to control you. Like if, let's say, anger used to control you. When you see strength, you will not be enslaved by your anger. You will not be someone who reacts to what people do. Bro, I used to be someone who would react to what everyone did. Anytime someone annoyed me, they got an emotional reaction from me. Now I don't even text back. And I'm not even trying to be like funny. I genuinely I don't like doing the whole keyboard thing. I'm like, I don't like this. Like, I don't like that. So I don't even text back. Now I can't even get a text back. I'm busy. I'm booked and busy. I'm working. You weren't interested before. Why are you interested in it now? And it's not even about being mad about it. It's like, when you learn and when you go through peaceful channels and you just let the energy move through you, then you realize that why am I fighting against it? Just let it rock. Right? So you're kicking something that I don't even know if you realize that you kicked it. Some of you guys, you may not even realize it. But I don't think those of you guys who don't realize it are going to be watching this. I think most of you guys know what this is. And you just need to remember what this is, right? Know that, A, you're never going back. You're never going to be that way again, right? So that's good. You're going to I think you find a lot of solace in the fact that I just said that. You're never going to be that way again. But it's like any other issue that you're feeling like that you're having, right? So it feels like also with this Six of Cups energy, this dreamy energy, this thing that you're dreaming of, that you're wanting to happen. You used to dream of, not having or you used to dream of this Queen of Cups energy. You used to dream of this King of Earth energy. Some of you guys run a business and maybe you do something creative or mystical or spiritual. You know, some of you guys may be psychics, or you may be Reiki people, or practitioners. You may be artists. You may be makeup artists. You know, cartoon, whatever. You know, and now you're making a solid living doing it. A solid living doing it. And you're like not realizing that, wow, I broke out of that, and that was like a big thing for me. So whatever it is you're dreaming of now, of course you're gonna have it, because you used to dream about what you have right now, and now you have it. So of course you're gonna have this. It's just on a bigger scale, so it feels like a little more intimidating, but it's yours. All right. So this is super positive. I liked this reading. All right. This was nice, Taurus. Very nice. And we're gonna close off your reading with the Chariot, number 7. We've had so many 7s here today, and some 8s here. So 7 and 8, those are numbers of liberation, overcoming freedom, and releasing karma, right? These energies are no joke. They're big deal. They're road openers. So expect a lot of opportunity in the coming months. 5 months, my guys are saying. 5 months, some of you guys, it could be 5 weeks, right? Expect a lot of change, you know, because the road is opened, because you remove the blocks. All right. So Taurus, that was an amazing and honestly amazing career reading. Now we're going to end off with our Oracle card pull. But before we do that, we'll be right back. Welcome back, Taurus. We're gonna go ahead and pull your Flower Oracle card. Let's go. Hello, Taurus. I have your Flower Oracle card out, and I'm gonna go ahead and give it a read. So what do we have here? We have Crocus, I almost burped. I know why they did that. I'm sorry. All right, cheerfulness though. It's called cheerfulness. So the burp was like supposed to be lighthearted and like, oh, not taking yourself too seriously. Because I hate burping. I don't hate it, but I'm like, it's kind of gross. At least I don't like doing it in front of people. Okay. It's spring again. The earth is like a child that knows poems by heart. Oh, remember when we used to know poems by heart though? I used to know a lot of poems by heart. And this is a quote by Rainer Maria Reich. Or Ralk. It might be Reich. It might be Reich. All right, so we're gonna give it a good read, you guys. So it's all about cheerfulness. This is your message for the month. Cheerfulness, not bad. Okay. So just being cheerful, you guys. Give me a minute. Let me get to the page. All right. So the inspirational message is, even when you're feeling fragile and delicate, there's a core of cheerfulness within you that always seems to find its way to the surface. That's so true, no matter what is happening, no matter what is going on. You know, it doesn't matter how sad you are. You just know that there is a part of you that is so happy, that is always going to come to the top no matter what. It's always going to bob itself up to the surface, and just that's going to be who you are. All right, so it's okay to be cheerful. I'm hearing some of you guys feel like, oh, well, I don't know how to be cheerful during this time. Yeah, you can be cheerful during this time. All right, you deserve it. Okay, so Taurus, that's what I have for you. Really sweet message. It really, my guides they always say it's really going to resonate with the person that hears it. Like, because I'm like, well, I don't, but you're going to know what it is for you, okay? So, that being said, now that we're at the end of the reading, thank you to all you guys who made it to the end. You guys are day ones. But just a quick reminder I hope you guys made sure to like the video and give the video a share. And now would be a great time to comment as well and share, or, just comment on what this Crocus flower card means to you. Okay, so for those of you guys who would like to have this reading for yourself, right, except more in depth, okay, and for yours to have and to hold from now and forever, you can order it by clicking on the link in the description bar down below underneath the personal monthly readings. Now for all of my other services, you can click on the other link that's just beneath that says for all other services. Okay, and while you're on my website, do go ahead and subscribe to the newsletter. Okay, we're getting ready to gear back up for the next season, so I would really sign up by then. All right. For those of you guys who want to connect with me more, my social medias are in the description bar down below. I am currently working on a Patreon. I will let you guys know more about that and how you can join the Patreon and what's going to be on it. Really, I'm getting more and more downloads about it as the days get closer, and that's when I know, okay, Patreon time is coming soon, right? So once that time comes, everybody will be ready, right? And it will be amazing. It'll be a great community, and it will be well worth the time, okay, that, maybe you may be spending on it, okay, because it's going to be some daily stuff and some weekly stuff, because come on, okay? So thank you so much for joining me, Taurus. I love you guys so much. God bless you guys. Have a very spooky October 2020, and we will check back in for the mid-month. Then we'll see each other in November. Bye-bye.